Record high prices for inputs like seed and fertilizer and the rising cost of diesel fuel has forced farmers like Mark Boston to change how they do business.
We have cut back a little bit on inputs with this higher price, or try to be smarter about how we do things.
Smarter farming is something Boston's family has experimented with for decades.
We have played with cover crops to varying degrees of success. Every year you get different weather challenges.
One successful technique Boston's family uses is the no-till method, keeping the land as is after harvesting, retaining more nutrients in the ground, including carbon,
instead of releasing it up into the air.
While it's an environmentally friendly way to farm, cost is Boston's biggest consideration. It reduces the amount of fertilizer he uses.
So that's one of the reasons why we're pretty much all no-till.
But as rising prices are cutting into his 2022 profits, Boston is experimenting with so-called carbon farming. He's teaming up with Locus Agricultural Solutions, a company that sells products farmers can apply to their fields to aid crop growth, increase carbon content, improve water retention, and reduce dependency on fertilizers.
We pay the grower a fee to get the data. Then we also do the soil sampling for that grower. So in that process, we are actually measuring the carbon for the grower through soil sampling.
Shane Head, Director of Customer Success for Locus Ag, says the company's Carbon Now program links farmers to a carbon market where they can sell sequestered carbon that, if left in the Earth's atmosphere, would otherwise contribute to global warming.
The big companies that have a big carbon footprint have to offset that in some fashion. So we use a third-party blue chip company that actually merchandises the carbon.
Basically everything I do is what I think is right for the land, and then this carbon stuff has just been a byproduct.
Farmer John Nergana is also enrolled in Locus Ag's Carbon Now program. In addition to no-till farming, he raises livestock that boost his carbon farming effort.
Integrating cattle on the land helps break down the stuff to get the carbon in the ground.
And so if you're going to be competitive in that market, you've got to do everything you can to minimize your costs.
Boston hopes his carbon farming investment will turn a profit, not only selling sequestered carbon, but also increasing his soybean and corn yields.
Additional yield studies are saying 10 plus bushels on corn. So this year that's $70 an acre. So you're spending 10 to 12 to make $70. That's a 7-to-1 return.
As with so much in farming, Boston knows the Carbon Now program is not a sure bet.
We've tried other products in a similar vein before and had disasters.
Important considerations as farmers cope with an ongoing war in Ukraine that weighs on global supplies and prices. A University of Illinois initial 2023 crop budget estimate projects even higher input costs and lower returns for farmers compared to 2022. Kane, Farabaugh, VOA News, Glasgow, Illinois.